Oh, and welcome back to another edition of Garrett Vlogs. I have to get myself a pretty cool introduction one of these days, but I don't imagine that's going to happen anytime soon. As you can tell, I'm drunk, like I usually am when I do these things. I'm sorry if I yell too loud, and there's a bit of distortion, and I'm sorry that there's a bit too much of this going on right here. I've decided that there needs to be a slight change in my life. Changes need to start with the little bits of increments that you can get. For example, shaving your beard, something that I haven't done in years. Actually, it hasn't been that long. It had been about a 10-year span since I had shaved my, since I had actually physically seen my chin that wasn't covered with hair. I had done that for a birthday party about 2 years ago when I was dating Sarah. That was, it was something I felt was necessary, and now I believe that I should go clean shaven for a while. I was watching an episode of 2.5 Men, which I imagine a lot of people don't like, but 2.5 Men, it's not that bad. When you're a sad, lonely individual like Alan Harper, then you somewhat relate, and you think to yourself, how can I improve myself? How can I make myself better so I can be more appealing to women? Like, it's really necessary to be in a relationship. Being in a relationship just leads to disappointment and being upset, being stuck, being just accepting failure. That's not really appropriate. I go to school with several people that are married, and they are, well, there's one guy, Kevin. He's horribly miserable. I feel so bad for him. And then again, I feel so relieved to be single. Although being single isn't the best for everyone. Everyone doesn't believe in being single. Being in a relationship defines an individual for a lot of people. Not me. I don't believe that being in a relationship defines who you are. But for Roberta, I suppose it does. Because she instantly went from her relationship with Marvin, she cheated on him with me, and ended up with me. And then for a year and a half, we were together until we found that there was no connection in our relationship anymore, and I decided to leave and move on so she could find someone that would make her happy. And what do you know? What an awesome turn of events. What a great way to start a Friday, but to find out that she is already in a relationship with somebody else. Nothing makes you feel more inadequate or like a massive pile of shit and extensively depressed than finding out that the person that you're still hung up on has moved on, has forgotten you, has found somebody else that will make her happy, and you're still hopelessly, pathetically alone every night, drinking away your sorrows, trying to forget about how disappointing and pathetic you are. And that's just, it can be overwhelming for a lot of people. Hell, I was tempted. I was very, very persuaded to start drinking at 4:45 a.m. on a Friday and saying, fuck school, fuck the rest of the day, I'm going to get drunk, I'm going to forget about this, and I'm going to be happy. But you know, I decided to go to school. And with that, I continued my misery throughout the day. I endured the problems, and I decided that I'm just going to put up with it. You know what? Being a doormat can't be that bad. I've looked down on those individuals who decide that being a doormat is a way of life. And I thought of them as weak, pathetic people that can't grow a pair and stand up for themselves. And you know what? Not to say that my father was a doormat, but my father was a very calm and collective and understanding man. My mother was an incredibly aggressive person. And she led the relationship. And my dad was just quiet and calm and collective. Never spoke up, never showed sense of anger, or never stood against my mother's authority. So, sorry if I'm twitching in one eye. This is personal shit. I can't do that. So I was talking to one of Adele's friends, Megan Campbell, and I had mentioned that I was a sociopath. Unfortunately, I had initially said I was a psychopath. I'm not a psychopath. I'm a sociopath, and according to Wikipedia's description, because Wikipedia is the word of the internet and is horribly descriptive in every way, that a sociopath, or a psychopath and sociopath, are terms related to ASPD. ASPD replace psychotherapy. No, psychopath is a diagnosis, blah, 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 blah. Antisocial personal disorder, really. Yeah, ASPD. So, a sociopath is an individual that does not get along with society very well, as long as I interpret this. So, I believe I am a sociopath. I was watching a show called Sherlock, where he was incredibly smarter than everyone else. Unfortunately, I cannot make that claim because I'm incredibly stupider than everyone else. And I realize when someone's like, oh, you're a psychopath, he's like, I'm not a psychopath, I'm a sociopath. And I'm like, oh, I'm a sociopath too. That makes me feel special. In the fact that I have path on the end of something that describes me, which is never a positive thing, nothing that you want to look forward to in life. I may need more than that. So that was my Friday. The remainder of the week wasn't actually that bad, except for me shitting the bed in school, which has become commonplace for me, really, in school. I'm coming into my 10th week, my final week, and then I should go back to work, but I imagine I won't have a job when I go back. So that's going to be horribly depressing, but whatever. I'll lose my house, I'll become a coke addict, I'll end up on the street. Shit happens, that's life. Just go kill yourself, whatever. Don't need to hinder other people's life just because you suck at it. That's all. Oh God, I hope no one important watches this. Wait, no one will. It's okay. So, yeah, everything kind of sucks right now. Mind you, everything's kind of sucked for a while, but, you know, I got myself an awesome TV. I picked up Redline on Blu-ray. Watched that. Made me cry. It was awesome. Had a wonderful time. Feeling miserable. That love is something that I don't believe in anymore. It's gone into the same category as God. It's like, how does God affect your life? I'm like, defying God. By alcohol? Then it is something that I rely on and is a horrible crutch. As a spiritual thing? Huh? Yes, exactly. So, I don't really know what the point of this was. I don't think these ever really have a point. But thank you for listening, and have a good